This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and to run your business.
Hey everyone, Jessica Whitaker here. I'm a New York City-based photographer. In today's video, we are going to be looking back at some of my oldest photography work dating back to 2008. I have my computer here and the first photo I have pulled up is this photo is so iconic for everyone with a camera. We all started out with photography by taking photos of grass with the water droplets. Honestly, I'm impressed that my mom's point and shoot was even able to get this close. I remember with this photo, I brought it to Carly, who was one of the photographers at my church who was mentoring me. She taught me how to use Photoshop with this photo and use the clone stamp to kind of clean up the edges. I remember learning how to do the curve tool with her on Photoshop in this, and it was a good learning experience, and I was so proud of this photo too. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the first wedding I ever photographed on my own with not being a second shooter. It was for my aunt. The angle, classic, the backlighting. I mean, it was cute for 2009 and for somebody who used a point and shoot. Oh, I have to share these. Okay, these are still with that point and shoot. The aviator sunglasses close up in black and white. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Again, I'm pretty sure Carly was teaching me Photoshop and this must have been one of the assignments. Oh my gosh, the apples, iconic. Okay, this is when I upgraded to my Nikon Coolpix. Okay, I know these aren't super exciting, but it just kind of shows how I got started. Beyond Portraits was with still life. Okay, here we go. We're getting now into watermark territory. Why? I love that we would watermark our photographs. Honestly, this is cute. I got the leaf fully in the frame from the tip of the leaf to the very bottom. I intentionally framed it this way, and the background's nice. It's not too distracting. The colors are nice. Pretty good for 2009 if you ask me.
As photographers, we know images say 1,000 words, but our websites are what will get us those $1,000 clients. Put your best foot forward with a fast-loading website through Squarespace that you can set up in just a weekend. Pick from one of the dozens of pre-designed contemporary templates, plug in your branding colors, and pop in your photographs. If you're a photographer, head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/Jessica Whitaker to save 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Okay, this one I remember was for my photography class in 2009. This is December 22nd. My friend Dana, they lived on beautiful property. She was my model for years and years and years. I mean, she's beautiful and so photogenic and always was down for whatever kinds of shoots. But this is one of my first ever portraits I tried backlighting with. And again, this is with the little point and shoot. Oh my gosh, iconic. I remember Allie, my friend, had a Nikon D5000, and that was my first time ever shooting on a DSLR. She let me use it quite often. This is one of the things I was so excited about with her camera, is that there was bokeh. You could get some beautiful bokeh, so I did this photo, and we love the watermark here. But I then had on my wish list to get a Nikon D5000, and I saved up for it for quite a while. I did a ton of babysitting. I did a lot of dog walking. I've always had little businesses growing up. I remember going around my neighborhood and putting up dog sitting posters, and I would get quite a few clients, honestly. But it was my sophomore year of high school, I got my first ever job on somebody's payroll. And yeah, so I guess that's something I want to say is, yes, we see the progression of gear and equipment going on, and we see obviously the improvement of my skills that kind of is paired with the equipment. But for me, it was a slower transition. And then the next few photos are all with my first ever DSLR, so it was so much fun. Okay, so here is one of my favorite portraits of Dana. Remember Dana? I did the backlighting photo of her and her cute dog. Oh my gosh, I remember just my photography game leveled up when I was able to transition from a point and shoot to DSLR. It really did change the game for me so much. The quality improved significantly. Oh my gosh, I mean, look at how creamy and beautiful this is. You guys, look at the styling. It's so like reminiscent of the time. So this is in 2010, October 2010. Oh my gosh, here's another one on the street. I love to put the camera down and like have just one little row be in focus. But here's some leaves during the fall time. We love the water, the watermark. But look at the colors though. They're so, Nikon is beautiful colors. So here's another photo of Dana. This is really pretty actually. I like the composition of it. I like the styling, all the green. She's wearing the green trench coat, the green boots against the green background. She's looking out nice, rule of thirds. Gotta love that watermark. Oh my gosh, this is when I was learning how to add text onto my portraits. And this is really sweet. This was when it was snowy, I remember. We have the nice Bible verse and we have some of the spider webs. This is beautiful. This is November 2010. Then we go into some photos of some clients, and these are my friends who paid me like, I think their parents paid me maybe $50 for their photos, and these are really sweet. They're really pretty. They're very natural. I like the composition. So here's July 2011. This is my first ever family session that I was paid to do. I think this is super cute. I like the posing. I think that the color is nice. The lighting is beautiful. Everybody's smiling. This is really how I learned how to pose people and work with a bunch of personality types and really make people comfortable in front of the camera, was by photographing my friends and my family. And as I go on with the progression of this hard drive, I really am reminded of the importance of when you're starting out in photography to work with those already in your circle. You'll be able to take your time more. There's not as much pressure, and you're gonna learn so much when you are working with real people as opposed to paid models. We have these photos of Dana when we were camping. Here's a photo of my neighbor I did for her book. She's an author. Okay, now we're in 2013. Oh, this is when I got my Mark II. Okay, these are with the Mark II. Okay. This has to be with a 50mm lens. I think these are really pretty. Again, loved. Oh my gosh, okay. Here's one of her with the backlighting. I remember loving backlighting at this point. I mean, golden hour is so beautiful. Look at this. The tones are gorgeous. I mean, they're super cute. I would continue to take photos with my best friends and post them to Facebook and on Instagram, because Instagram in 2013 is when I kind of hopped on the train. And from there, I started to get inquiries from mutual friends to do their photos for like $50, $75. Here's some photos I took for one of the girls at my church, her blog. I mean, these are really cute. We want to incorporate her personality with like the coffee and the Bible. And I think that these are really sweet. The edit's really natural. Now we're moving into some photos of my friend Andrea. This property is so beautiful and eventually grew over with a bunch of grass. Actually, when it grew over, I did another behind the scenes video here, so I'll have that one linked on the screen. But these are so cute. I mean, I love them. You can really see I love putting people in the middle of the frame. This was a really cool shot. I mean, it still is really cool. For 2013, I think it's great. I really started to love to incorporate the background more into my portraits after this photo shoot. I mean, Washington is so beautiful. Even though I'm not much of like an outdoorsy girl, I mean, I live in New York City for a reason, I still love to incorporate nature into the portraits. I just don't want to go camping in it. You know what I mean? So that is one thing that I love about Washington, is all of the locations. And I like incorporating the background in like an unconventional way. And I think that this is, it's nice, and it kind of juxtaposes. You'll see in later on, I start to do more like wedding dresses outdoors. I mean, 2013 onwards, I really like to highlight where I lived. I think that this was one of my first couple sessions ever. This is with one of my best friends this day, Lily Jo. This is one of my favorite locations. Oh, these are just so sweet. It takes me back. And I do want to say we stayed on the path through everything. As you can see in the zoomed out photos, we're on a path or we're just in the grass, but we're not stepping on any nature. Also, growing up, I was in Girl Scouts. We really did learn growing up in the Northwest, especially to respect the environment and nature and how to treat read it. We're gonna end on a wedding. So this is my first wedding that I did for someone who wasn't my family. So I would second shoot for my aunt's. I shot for my aunt's wedding, as we talked about a few minutes ago, but this was my friend from church, Sarah, her wedding. She asked me to photograph it. I remember I charged $1,700 for this, and this is with my Mark II. This is December 2013, and I remember her venue was so beautiful. It was like a lodge in Yelm, Washington. It was so fun to photograph. I love these. I think they're so cute, and they're very timeless. We're ending the video in 2013. We're 3 years like, wait, 3 years later? No, oh my gosh, we're 6 years later because it's 2019. Oh my gosh, it feels like it was 3 years ago. Okay, I hope that this video encouraged you, whether you're starting out in your photography or you're wanting to go and look back and see how far you've come. Just remember, everybody grows at their own pace, and you're going to be able to flourish if you have people in your life who can speak into you in your business, whether it's in person or online. I'm going to link below Build and Bloom, which is my free photography community, for you guys in the description box. Share your work, ask questions, receive insight and other perspectives beyond my own. You can hit subscribe to receive notifications when a new photography tutorial for your photography business comes out. I make them every single week. And if you can't get enough here on YouTube, I also have my Instagram, where I'm able to pour into your business on a daily basis through Instagram stories, podcast links, more free resources, and of course Instagram Live, where I love to do live Q&As where I can answer your specific questions about your specific business. If you're looking to update your website, be sure to check out Squarespace, link down below. I have that description for 10% off, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!